Why don't they wear fencing protection in LudoSport? Great question. Short answer, some do. But it's not really needed for everybody. Yes, male athletes do wear cups because no one wants to be hitting the gonads by a lightsaber, and some players will choose to wear a face mask or eye protection. But overall, most players don't feel that it's strictly needed. The two main things that people keep on bringing up are, what if you get poked in the eye, and doesn't it hurt to be hit by a lightsaber without wearing armor? Well, there are two mitigating factors here. One of them is the equipment that you use, and the other one is the rules within the sport. Let's talk about eyeballs. The saber blade has a diameter of 2.5 centimeters. The average height of an eye socket is 2.2 centimeters. This means it's going to be pretty difficult to get a poke right in the eye. However, there are rules that are going to protect your head and eyes as well. For one, you can't stab forward. If you make a stabbing motion, it has to be an off-center stab. This means that you can't come straight into a person's torso, face, like that. So any jab is actually going to be a glancing blow against your opponent. Getting it into the eyes is actually pretty technically difficult. Also in competition, strikes to the face or side of the head are prohibited. Though you are able to strike at the top of the head, these are normally more symbolic bops to the top of the head or a hanging guard, just to symbolize that you could make that strike if you do it. It will be penalized as dangerous play if you make a heavy strike towards someone's head. As for does it hurt if you're hit by a lightsaber? Well, it hurts about the same as being hit by a dodgeball. The blade is thick, it's not a thin point like you would find in, say, a steel HEMA sword, which though is blunt, it is still a thin bit of metal that is hitting you and putting a lot of pressure on one point. This is a rounded polycarbonate plastic tubing that does have a bit of flex to it. It has got a lot of surface area, so when it hits you, you might get a little bit of a sting. But I can show you something else that has the potential to be hurt. Being tackled or being hit by a dodgeball. Lots of sports have lots of elements that are going to give you a little bit of discomfort until you get used to them. And you do get used to them. The way I like to look at LudoSport is that it's a bit more like Tai Chi as opposed to boxing. You're graded more on your technique and your ability to keep in control of your blade and also demonstrate the different styles of the different techniques that the sport teaches. Within competition, you'll actually be penalized for reckless play. You've got to remember, this is an activity people do for a bit of fun. If you enter that space with the intent to injure someone, you're a bit of a dick and you shouldn't be playing sports. Everyone has a duty of care towards their opponent. So really, the sport itself is designed to try and keep its players safe. At the end of the day, the protection that players wear is proportionate to the risks of the sport. If you look at fencing, their fencing mask is perfectly suited for defending them against a tournament épée. However, if you put them against a sharpened halber, that's going to go straight through it. The only thing that you can actually prepare for in sports with protection is what you're likely to face within the rule sets. Otherwise, we'd all be wearing full plate metal when we go out and play football. Of course, the best defense is not being hit in the first place. And the best way to not be hit in the first place is to get out there and train. So if you want to learn more about LudoSport, go and visit ludosport.org. If you want to find some more fringe and unique sports, find gender diverse activities that you can get out, meet people, get fit, then follow Shots On. And remember to pack your cup.